Kedmil, you crazy water nymphs. Holy shit, it's storming here in Oxenford. Like, there's a genuine, like, thunderstorm going on, and the sound is crazy. Like, I can barely hear the game itself. Every time thunder strikes, I'm like, holy shit. Props to the fucking sound design, like, holy fuck. CDPR, man. They just keep on impressing. They just keep on rocking it, man. It's fucking nuts. Hi everybody, I'm Dimsy. Welcome back to The Witcher 3. Oh, the clinic is empty today. And not only empty, but it almost looks like... It almost looks like maybe Shani's packing her shit. Ho ho. Maybe she's preparing to move somewhere? What the hell is going on?
Shani?
Oh, Geralt. Good thing you're here.
What happened? Somebody break in?
This? No. Just getting ready to move.
What? When? Where to?
Not what I wanted to talk to you about. Or at least not only, but...
I'm leaving, Geralt. The Eastern Front beckons. I'm Kedwin bound.
Oh man.
Never mentioned you'd be moving. Any intention to either.
I didn't know I would be. Found out this morning. 2 soldiers came to my door, said Redania needs me again.
Couldn't turn them down? Just say no?
Perhaps I could have. But I didn't want to. Treating the ill and wounded, it's my calling. No place I'm needed more than at the front.
It would be just a tad bit disingenuous to say don't go, considering that, you know, I'm not saying I'm a player, man, alright, I'm just saying that, you know, I fall in love easily. But I think that with Shani, I don't really feel that spark, so this time, I'm not gonna try to force her to commit or anything, I'll just let it go. And I understand her completely. When you have found your calling, there's nothing more fulfilling than pursuing it. Not that I know really by experience. Well, kind of. But, yeah. Alright, so let's be understanding of the situation.
I understand. Any chance we'll see each other again?
Someday, I'm sure.
Oh, fuck. That was kind of snappy, kind of cold.
So, learn anything about Olgierd?
Well, I abandoned the books quickly. Decided that if I was going to learn the truth, I'd need to find someone who knows him.
Find anyone?
Turned out I didn't need to look far. A colleague at the Academy, an assistant to Professor Permathine Shakeslog, claims Olgierd von Everec met with the professor multiple times. Apparently, Olgierd asked the professor to do some research. Professor got so worked up doing it, he went daffy. Started jealously guarding his notes. Wouldn't even let his assistant look at them.
The professor. Where'll I find him?
Here in Oxenfurt. Cloistered inside his house on Academy grounds. Mage hunters guard his door.
Mage hunters at the door. He under house arrest?
I can't say, really. Some of the faculty think him a traitor. Say he sold out to the hunters for a hefty pouch of gold. The assistant, on the other hand, insists the professor wants him there to protect him. I don't know what from.
What's your guess?
He's certainly useful to them. A specialist in black magic and the occult? Must be a trove of knowledge.
If he's really gone off his nutter, I wouldn't be surprised to see them using him.
Need to talk to this professor.
We'll go together. Redanian guards all over the Academy. Doubt you'll get in alone.
Guards have never stopped me, you know that.
Wound these, and I'll have to patch them up. Besides, we might run into a friend. Get inside free and easy.
Shani, you're an absolute peach. or as Vladimir called her, strawberry.
So how are things at the academy these days?
You mean since Radovid shut it down?
I mean, is it well guarded?
Might be all it is. Many of the faculty fled to the far north. The braver ones stayed, but assumed the guises of tailors and laundresses. Why?
Just curious. Scholars seem to have adopted mage tactics. They in the same bind?
No, what happened to the fucking dialogue? Did I just fuck something
So
up?
the Eastern Front, and then?
Depends where they send me.
Wherever it is, take care of yourself.
Always do. So don't worry.
Oh, I've gotta worry. Shawnee, you're our friend. With benefits. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Actually, don't. I'm not that kind of person. I'm one of those pansy-ass pussies who likes, you know, to find a soulmate and, you know, just, you know, start a relationship. You know, just kind of, you know, and then we spend our days cuddling and talking about shit and asking each other, you know, what we're thinking, and getting to know each other, you know, stuff like that. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm a bit of a, you know, pansy, you know, but hey, I am who I am, you know, I can't fucking help that. The Academy Bridge. What the fuck? Is that boat submerged? Could be just a visual glitch. It looks like it's submerged. Be kind of cool if there was, you know, tides and shit in The Witcher 3. But I guess no, that'd be a bit too hardcore. So here we are on Academy grounds. This is the Oxenford University. Famed university. The most famous even in all of the North, I think.
Halt! By order of King Radovid, no one's allowed inside the academy.
Not even lecturers?
No one means no one.
See, you've become quite the stickler, Norbert. You were much kinder when I was patching you up. By the way, how's your knee?
Fine. Dandy. As if no arrow ever struck it.
Consider yourself a lucky man. Because if I'd not decided to operate, you'd be a cripple to the end of your days.
Bruno, eh? Maybe we ought to let her in. She's a decent lass. Not like to steal nothing.
All right. But alone, which will draw too much attention. I'd rather not get shite from the captain on his account.
Here's what we'll do. I'll go in, then help you sneak in around the back.
How?
Don't know, but I'll figure something out. Usually aren't nearly as many guards on the riverside.
Agreed.
All right, let me in.
Gentlemen. Alright, so now we've got to find another route up there because they won't let us in. Oh my god, won't let us in. Oh my Jesus, what the fuck. And we're gonna have to sneak in on the riverside. Now, going, you know, taking the left route here is probably not the best idea. Holy shit, let me just see. Can I dive from here? I can. Okay, frame rate drop. What the fuck was that? I hate it when that happens. I always almost get a heart attack. Ugh. Man, I can't speak. Why am I even doing these fucking commentary videos where I'm playing the game? Like, why? Why insist on it? I'm just wasting everybody's time, including mine. Especially mine. No, especially yours. I don't have anything better to do. Well, I kind of do. Oh, shit! Gotta. Oh, son of a bitch. I need. Alright, focus the fuck up, man. Come on. Oh, he's not dead yet? Damn. Okay, I'm dying. I'm dying to these assholes. This is preposterous. Come on, man. Focus. No! I almost died. Usually I have a bit of a better flow when it comes to fighting drowners, but today I'm just feeling, I don't know. Alright, I got one down, so the rest should be easy peasy. I say that, but...
Time to end this.
Oh, sneaky. Oh my god, sneaky sneaky! Alright, so that was beyond pathetic. What the fuck am I doing? Come on, concentrate, man. You're letting these drowners fucking school your ass? You're letting these guys just embarrass you in front of all 2 viewers?
Geralt! Psst! Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Grab the line!
Nice, Shawnee!
Where'd you get the rope?
Long story. But we've done well. Professor Shakeslock's house is at the end of this street. Witch hunters guard the door. Doubt I'll be able to sweet-talk them.
Been a huge help already, Shawnee. Thanks.
It was nothing. Really. You'd have done the same for me. If you wish to see me again before I go, I'll be at home. Packing will take some time yet.
All right. Be seeing you.
We'll definitely go and visit her. But now, that's the door from where those 2 soldiers were at. Actually, is it? It should be, but I don't remember that roof overhead there. Alright. Never mind that. I love the fact that... oh shit. Oh, those guards seem to be... Oh, no, no, okay. We don't need to go there quite yet. That's later. Alright, sweet. I love the oh, okay, we do have to fight them. Alright, alright.
What the flying fuck is this?
Alright.
Intruder! Get him!
What? Lost your nerve?
Schmicken! That was wow. Here I was, concentrating so that I didn't have to die and embarrass myself. And I died. I mean, it's you know, it's funny, isn't it? Like, I've been fighting the humanoid enemies, you know, elves, dwarves, humans, and everything, and anything in between, since, you know, minute 1 of this playthrough. And, you know, I guess it just goes to show the amount of depth that the combat system has. Because you'd think that I'd be a unstoppable immortal by now. But I'm not. Even though their attack patterns are, well, I know them. I know them by heart. But that doesn't really matter because of the combinations of enemies and the fact that, you know, the enemy can always just kill your ass because... Whoa, what happened there? What happened there?
Not too
What?
late to surrender.
I have no idea what just happened. Alright, there we go. Let's see if we can get a rend off on him. Oh, okay, what the hell? Because I'm hoping to get a... What the fuck is going on? I am hoping to get a finisher. Oh, you fucks. I love those finishers, so I was hoping. Ah, okay. My bad, yo. Damn, I picked up some doll that I don't need. Alright, I think that we'll be using this little ladder scaffolding thingy to escape later on. So we won't be employing that in our little plan just yet. However, if I'm not misremembering, we are gonna have to find... Man, is this where all the professors and students and everyone lived? When the academy was still operating and open?
Locked tight. Need another way in. You leave a window open, maybe?
Geralt, you're right on the fucking money. You did leave a window open. Now, this is actually kind of interesting. I don't want to talk about this real fast. Now, from a gameplay standpoint, right? If you want to instruct the player and kind of, you know, nudge him and kind of send signals and kind of inform him of where you want him to go, right? There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can do that by the minimap that I have currently turned off. You can do that by like just diegetic means, i.e. there could be just a person that you have to follow. It could be just, you know, there's a checkpoint marker just there right on the screen displayed for your convenience. Or you could just be a subtle asshole and use, you know, subtle things within the environment to kind of, let's call it, highlight the way for the player, right? So here, for example, torches can be used to kind of indicate to the player where he's supposed to go. This torch here on this tree is a bit inconsistent, but the torch over there indicates that this is Shakelock's house, yeah? And this torch over here indicates that this is where we're supposed to go. Because, you know, after you have exhausted one alternative, the player is compelled, or I guess forced, just straight up forced, to find another way into Shakelock's home. Sorry, I just... You know, it's a fun little thing to kind of talk about, I suppose. Because I appreciate it. That's all I want to... I appreciate, you know, game designers being a bit more creative and, you know, employing game design that kind of... Alright, this is interesting. We can actually jump over there, but we can actually also climb up here. What's up here? What the fuck? I don't think I've ever been here before. I think we're supposed to, you know, jump over to that balcony over there in order to get into Shakelock's home, but I don't mind, you know, investigating and checking out what's up here. Looks like my my little exploratory journey ends here, though. Can we jump up on the roof? No. Okay. Okay, cool. Don't ever remember, you know, ever exploring that way. And here, obviously, they are indicating that we're supposed to jump to that balcony by this little white chalk that they have. Or I don't know if it's chalk. It looks like chalk. Maybe it's paint. Fuck, I don't know. But the point is that they're using chalk, or that white substance, whatever it is, to kind of indicate that this is where we're supposed to jump. And, of course, again, there's a light source here to kind of doubly reinforce the fact that this is the correct path. And now we can't open this door. That means that we're supposed to use Ard. Oh, looks like this is an old building. A very old building. Luckily for us, we're not dead. Temerian Rye. What's over there? Ah, fuck it. Oh my. What in the actual shit has been going on here? Alright, so pay attention to the various different details around here. So when we blew down the balcony door, it looked like the wood was starting to splinter and crack.
Silver Laman. Don't know the sigil. Hasn't been used in ages, looks like.
And this room seems to have been... It looks like it's been raided by, you know, fucking... You know, the secret police or whatnot. But it hasn't. The reason why this room is in such a disarray, why it looks so chaotic, will be revealed in just a second.
Jillian Alboco's Lesser Key. Tomes about demons, dusty as they come.
Oh, this is a lot to read. I'll let you read this if you're interested, because, you know, I'm not the best reader, and I can imagine that people fucking hate me. No, I'm gonna read this because this is important. I'm sorry. The essence of evil is to cause suffering. There exist many varieties of suffering, from common corporeal pain through the rarefied torment of the psyche to deep wounds dealt to the soul. Whence then does evil arise? Does it appear on its own, or does it only spread when conditions are ripe? And finally, the most important question, how can evil be defeated? Most believe evil has always existed, for none remember a time when it did not. Yet is that sufficient proof? I dare to doubt it, for I am a scholar, and the essence of scholarship is to question all hypotheses until they have been rigorously proven. The appearance of evil is closely tied to the existence of good, its opposite and antithesis. Good without evil is dimensionless and therefore imperceptible. Evil, then, is an integral part of our lives. Evil wears many faces and appears in many different forms. One of them wears a skin of flesh. This evil incarnated as man travels the world, sowing death and suffering. Such evil is devious and difficult to discern. We usually only note its presence when it is already too late. In my scholarly wanderings through the myths and legends of a great many cultures, I've come across descriptions of a certain individual which all display a striking similarity. I do not mean in terms of this individual's outer appearance or name, but of his modus operandi, of his means of, I guess, acting and operating. This evil works through trickery, tempting at first with the offer of something seemingly good. The price one must pay for this object of temptation, however, is enormous and non-refundable, and the promised good often contains horrifying hooks and treacherous traps. Beware then of any who promise the impossible, for such can only be delivered through the imaginations of evil.
Shattered mirror. No sign of impact. Probably not an accident. Shattered by a sound, maybe. Someone look in it and scream?
Oh man, that's kind of eerie. Damn. But now we get a sense...
Franco? Is that you? Leave the bedpan in the usual spot. And take the platter. I shan't be eating today.
Professor Shakeslock?
Who the blazes? How'd you get in? Get out. I know nothing. Don't wish to know anything. Understand? No, out!
Not gonna hurt you.
That demon sent you. I'm sure of it.
A demon? What demon could he be talking about?
What demon?
Feigned ignorance. Please. You know. Gaunter O Dimm. Evil incarnate.
He didn't send me, but he is why I'm here. I'm a witcher.
A mutant. Yeah. Could be.
Why are there guards outside your door? You a prisoner?
Protective custody. That's the phrase. Protective. When I cannot decide my own fate, cannot breathe without their permission.
What do they want from you?
You may not be aware, but I'm one of the foremost experts on the occult. Living experts, that is. My mentor was the outstanding Professor Lionel Van...
And you're cooperating with the witch hunters now?
Cooperating? As if I had a choice. They're ignorant, but not enough to ignore what I know about magic, witches, sorceresses, what have you. Knowledge they use for barbaric ends, but that's beyond my control.
Came here because I need information. Think you might be the only man who has it.
A witcher. Then it follows I needn't fear. I'm hardly a post-conjunction creature.
What did Olgierd von Everec want from you?
I curse the day I first set eyes upon the man. He appeared at my doorstep one day, offering a sack of gold were I only to find out who Gaunter O Dimm is and how to get rid of him. I agreed. Such matters are my speciality. And I needed the coin. I pored over countless tomes, delved into obscure incidents and analysed folk legends. I went so far as to travel to Nilfgaard, the library there, where at last I hit upon the mysterious entity's trail. There are records of encounters dating back thousands of years in many cultures under many names, but always as evil incarnate. In this land we call him Gaunter O Dimm, at times Master Mirror or the Man of Glass. In deciphering the ancient scrawlings I went blind, yet I learned a great deal. For example, that he plays with his victims and thrives on pacts above all else. Seemingly harmless contracts which drive their parties to madness.
Know anything else about the man?
Gaunter O Dimm is no man. He is evil. Evil which assumes various forms. Forget about him, or die.
You're alive.
Alive? Yet I live in constant fear, born of what I've learned about him.
What's with the surroundings? These runes, what do they mean?
They protect me. Here, evil cannot touch me.
How do you know?
He told me himself. Paid me a visit once. Fascinating meeting that was. I was blind already, but saw him clearly. He smiled at me. Said he was honoured I'd taken such an interest in him. He wished to thank me, and explained he'd taken a similar interest in me. He drew the circle and said I'd be safe within it. His way of repaying me, you see.
Ever tried to leave it?
If you'd heard how he said it, you'd be as certain as I am what leaving would bring.
Damn. So, Master Mirror was the one who created that little circle on the floor. Not to protect him from... Not to protect Shakelock from Gaunter O Dimm, but to fuck with him, essentially. Damn, Gaunter O Dimm is one messed up individual.
Olgierd signed one of these pacts with him.
Brilliant deduction. But have you guessed why? You must know that he came from a wealthy, influential line. He must have, if the family of his betrothed accepted him. Yet did you know his fortune soured? He himself became an outcast, impoverished. Iris's family, a powerful house, could not accept this, would not marry their daughter to a nobody. Olgierd wished to elope. The further away, the better. Yet Iris refused to cut her family ties.
Quite the predicament.
Indeed. Their luck turned yet darker when a wandering witch mentioned a solution. A man who would grant any wish. His name, Master Mirror. The rest follows naturally. Olgierd and O Dimm, a meeting at a crossroads, a wish, a pact signed in blood, and a price to be paid. Olgierd was to sacrifice one he loved. O Dimm delights in difficult choices. He knew Olgierd loved two in this world, his betrothed
And
and
Vladimir.
his brother, Vladimir.
Yeah.
Olgierd chose, and soon thereafter married his beloved Iris, his fortune restored.
Okay, and now we know why Gaunter O Dimm showed up at the wedding and basically told Vladimir that Olgierd does not exactly hold him in high regard. And just flat out that Olgierd doesn't love his own brother. Damn, that's horrible.
So did Olgierd kill his own brother?
No. Deduce, Witcher. O Dimm acts directly or indirectly. Olgierd merely signed the blood letter. The next day, his brother was dead.
Yeah, we know that Vladimir was cornered in a basement or cellar or something by a couple of men. But I think there were five of them, and they just speared, I guess, Vladimir and just cracked his skull open.
Olgierd tell you all that?
He had to. How else was I to diagnose his case?
Make it sound like an illness.
It is worse. Many illnesses are treatable, but play with evil, and medicine can be much harder to find.
Why was Olgierd out to get rid of O Dimm? He'd gotten what he wanted.
Had he? His heart had turned cold as ice. His feelings for his wife, for whom he'd sacrificed his brother, had withered. He'd lost all he'd loved. Had he wanted any of this? No. O Dimm grants what you wish, not what you want.
Yeah.
All who sign a pact learn the difference and die by it.
All? No way to get rid of him?
Kill him, you mean? Kill evil? No. Yet the annals tell of a man who dissolved his pact by defeating O Dimm at his own game.
Meaning?
O Dimm wields contracts, word traps, duels of wits. Challenge him to such a duel. He'll agree, and can be beaten. But remember, there is only ever one stake. The sole thing he truly desires. Human souls.
Ah. And thus we know how to quote-unquote beat O Dimm. I think this entire, like quest chain, quote-unquote, this little side activity. It's not a side activity, but all this is optional. Going to Shani and asking for her help to sneak us into the academy grounds, all this is optional. And I wonder if doing this unlocks the ability to be able to challenge O Dimm. It sounds like that's exactly what happens, because without this knowledge, you wouldn't know how to defeat O Dimm. That's actually really cool. Coming here serves a vital plot point.
O Dimm left a mark on my face. Any way to get it off?
A mark? No mention in the tomes. Strange. Unless it will disappear once your pact is fulfilled.
If I challenge him, end the pact that way, will it go away?
That I do not know. The one man who succeeded bore no mark.
Thanks. Helped me a lot.
Good. Very good. Ah, to feel useful after so many years locked up, living in fear. Why, it's pleasance itself.
Are you fucking kidding me? That was just preposterous. Oh my god, poor guy. I can't help to feel a bit responsible for this. My notes and observations. Professor Shake's log. The circle O Dimm created terrifies me. I cannot see it, but I know it is here. I know no name for the sense with which I perceive it. When I near its bounds, strange shivers shoot down my spine. This is not pain, but something that stands my hair on edge like a hedgehog's quivers. A month has passed, and still I lay within the runic circle. Nightmares prey on me more and more. I've come to fear sleep. I know not how long I can withstand this. I dreamt I had a daughter. This was strange, for I've never had children. Yet one came to me in my sleep. She was no older than 10. She called me daddy and loved me deeply. I could see it in her eyes. The strangest part of all was that I also burned for her with a great paternal love. Can one possibly dream of someone who does not exist? Can one love such a one? I no longer fear sleep. Perhaps O Dimm has decided to give me peace. I have no desire to change his mind. My dreams of Emily give me great joy. My daughter is a good and clever girl. I believe she will grow into a wonderful woman, a shame she exists only in my dreams. Not only do I no longer fear sleep, but now I cannot wait for the moment in which it comes. Oh, I see. What a fantastic transformation. If nothing changes, I shall soon try to leave the circle. O Dimm is one sick fuck. He basically implanted the dreams in Sheikh's Lock in order to torment him in his dreams as well. I now know why I dreamt for weeks of the child I never had. It was his doing. This night my daughter died. Yeah. She caught. Oh my god, O Dimm, you're a fuck, man. You. God damn. She caught a strange illness which poked her whole body with hideous oozing sores. She cried, begging me to help. I could do nothing. She died in my arms. I awoke soaked with sweat. I remain a wreck. My mind tattered. 3 months have passed since Amelia's death. Amelie's death. My heart still bleeds, and horrifying visions plague my every moment. I am a blind man who wishes he saw nothing, for utter blindness would be a relief compared to these tormenting visions. I cannot perceive much longer. I have become a deeply unhappy old man. I have now lived within the magic circle for a year. Thoughts of suicide haunt my mind ever more often. It would be so simple. I need but step outside the rooms. God, I love this game so much. O Dimm, man, O Dimm is heartless. And if he is... Damn it, I picked up the file. And if he indeed is evil incarnate, I mean, that would make sense, but you'd think that even evil incarnate... rest in peace, Professor Sheikh's Lock. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be apologizing. Maybe we should actually be, maybe we should be saying, you know, you're welcome, because it sounds like we actually did, in a weird, fucked up sense, we did actually save him from an even worse fate. But, yeah, and thus we're gonna have to decide what to do soon. Do we challenge Gontra O Dimm? And, you know, subsequently also, you know, possibly, no, but we will, also save, what's his name, Olgierd von Everec? Or do we just, you know, do nothing and leave Olgierd von Everec to his fate? What do we do? I'm gonna have to make that choice fairly soon. I mean, it's obvious what we're gonna do. We're gonna challenge Gontra O Dimm. It's interesting. It's challenging Gontra O Dimm and defeating him. We save Olgierd by doing that, and that's actually considered to be the good ending. Now, good and evil, I don't think that you can really, you know, kind of define the various different endings in a Witcher game like that. I don't know, that rubs me the wrong way. That's, you know, that's the, it flies in the opposite direction of everything that the Witcher franchise really stands for, really, if you think about it. The fact that morality is so gray and uncertain, and the games constantly try to challenge us when it comes to ethics and you know, normative reasons, you know, regarding whatever normative reasons we might have to act in a certain way or whatever. But, you know, from a purely, I guess, practical and, like, I guess, if you want to call it an inventory standpoint, challenging O Dimm is absolutely the way to go, because you actually get a couple of cool things in his little bonus area. But, you know, calling it the good ending is a bit, I don't know, a bit misleading, because it would somehow imply that saving Olgierd is the right thing to do. Which, if, you know, if people have been paying attention, people would know that Olgierd isn't exactly somebody who's, you know, worth saving. He He's become quite a vile character. In a sense, through no fault of his own, really, because... No, he did... No. He did choose to sacrifice his own brother, for fuck's sake, so that he could live happily ever after with Iris, but, hey, what you want isn't the same as what you wish for. So... yeah. So this is... damn. Oh no, this is how her home looks like. Yeah, holy fuck, I could bear... Oh, mute on leg. That's food. I could barely recognize it now that she's moving. Shawnee, sweetheart, my little strawberry, what's up?
Yes, Geralt.
Oh! We can play her for Gwent. Holy fuck, okay.
Finally some time to talk. Tell me where you've been, what you've done since you left Vizima.
After our paths diverged? Well, the peace was brief, but I used it well. Went back to Oxenfurt, completed my doctorate, then I believe I did time in every field hospital and medic's tent north of the Yaruga.
Never could stand to be idle.
I'm not a witcher. Not likely to live 150 years. My time's much shorter, so I try to use every bit wisely.
Always did know what you wanted.
True. Nothing's changed in that sense.
Gotta say, wedding was a great idea. Rarely have a chance to rest, get away from it all. Did me good to do just that.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
Hope Vladimir's antics weren't too annoying.
Peculiar man. Ghost, true. But I found him... likable. Wager he was a real hoot when he was alive.
Said you needed to think things over. Have you?
Yes. I decided you're incredibly sweet, but...
But we're better off keeping things as they were.
You're always going places, and they're likely to ship me off soon. Besides, we tried once, and you know how that worked out.
You're right. But promise to share a bottle of wine with me from time to time?
Of course. I tell you what, I'll keep one handy.
No. Fucking Shawnee, man. Shawnee! I did romance her in the first game, but Geralt did, he did, you know, note that, you know, he basically did make a somewhat of a existential declaration that, you know, who am I to be with somebody like her? I'm a witcher, I'm always in the path. Shawnee deserves a stable, safe relationship with somebody she can depend on, somebody who's gonna be there for her. So, yeah. I guess, you know, it wasn't meant to be between these two.
See you later.
Don't go anywhere, Shawnee. I'll be back in a second to play you for some Gwent. Yeah, alright, so that's that for this episode. The next episode is gonna be the last episode for the Heart of Stone expansion. Regarding its contents. Oh my god, that's so crazy. Man, that's nuts. Yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Va fail.